Welcome to 17 Strong. Victories don't come by accident. Here's your host, Steve Teixeira.
Thanks, Andy. Welcome to another 17 Strong podcast. I'm your host, Steve Teixeira, along with my beautiful wife, Holly. Hi, babe.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, very well. So this is an exciting podcast today.
I think so.
We had a lot of excitement yesterday.
Yes, a big fire.
A big fire on the neighbor's ranch next door. So thanks to the fire crews for getting that out.
Yeah.
Containing it. So
It's like 400 acres, they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
acres.
Pismo, Shell Beach, a lot of area.
Yeah. So thanks to them. But we have with us the
Yes.
Ryan Teixeira Athletic Scholarship winner from Arroyo Grande High School.
Yeah.
Her name
Is Hailey Goodell. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
So just a little bit about the scholarship. This is something that we as a family do. It's not associated with 17 Strong, and it's something that we do to continue Ryan's legacy through athletics. So we're honored to have you, and this is an exciting time for us.
Absolutely. And Hailey, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I was born in Bakersfield, hot, and then
Yes.
I moved to Sacramento, moved back to Bakersfield, and then finally settled here in 4th grade, which I'm super happy about. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Weather's
Absolutely.
insanely nice.
I know. It can't beat the weather around here for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
You went from hot to livable.
Yeah.
to the dream.
Yeah.
The dream. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So, and two of the requirements, or a requirement that we have for the Ryan Teixeira Scholarship is you have to play two sports. So, what two sports do you play?
So I run track and cross country, and definitely some tough sports.
Yeah.
Lots
yeah.
of running.
Lots of, yeah, that's hard.
There's no runners here, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
I know, exactly.
I always said I wasn't going to be a runner.
I just
There's
run to
no
the
way.
refrigerator. That's where I
Yeah,
run to.
And you like it.
Yeah, I
You
do.
do.
I didn't like it when I was younger. When I was younger, my family's big in track, like big on track. They
Gotcha.
used to bribe me with Target clothes when I was in elementary school. They'd be like, "We'll buy you a Target outfit if you go run this meet," and I'd scream and cry, but I'd end up doing it.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah, that kind of started it.
Bribery works.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. Oh
I'm
my
gonna have to
gosh.
save this interview so her future husband knows.
That's
Hey,
right.
bribery with Target
Yeah,
works.
that's right.
Love
Well,
Target.
we love Target. Target's been essential in this COVID
I know.
outbreak.
Target's essential.
I think so too. So that's funny. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, I think you've learned to like the cross country
Mhm.
because it kind of gears you up for track
Yeah,
season, right?
It's really good preparation.
Yeah, I agree. And tell me, what do you run in track?
In track, I run the 800, which is 2 laps. It's a half mile.
Okay.
And yeah, it's one of the toughest races. Definitely hurts a lot.
Yeah,
But I
because
used
you
to.
kind of have to sprint that.
Oh
huh?
yeah. Before it used to
Yikes.
be one that you could kind of pace yourself, but now it's developed into more of just a sprint, which is it's
Wow.
fun.
I don't know. I know, right? That's amazing to us. So good for you. And then what else?
Yeah, I do the 4x4, which is my favorite. It's always the one at the end of the meet. Each person runs 1 lap. Love that race.
Love
Yeah,
that race.
It's normally under the lights, and it's really fun.
Cool. And it's a relay.
Yes, it's a relay.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, that you broke a record or you set a record for Arroyo Grande.
I'm on the top 10 boards for those, but I haven't set any records.
Oh, but that's good. So yeah.
So who did you bump out?
I
to be on the
know.
top 10
I
board?
know. Yeah.
Maybe somebody we
Somebody
might know.
we know and love. That's part of
For
our
the
family.
400. Nicole Pittman.
Oh, ouch.
Ouch! Yikes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Nicole's Ryan's girlfriend.
Yep.
And she was doing track and field, but you know, track and field always follow football, baseball.
Mhm.
So Ryan, it was hard pressed for him to be able to go watch her because he was either playing football
Oh.
or baseball.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
So-
would try to watch her from the baseball field. I remember
Mhm.
that, and didn't work out so well. So, but you guys would have some Saturday meets.
Yeah,
And-
we had some Saturday meets.
Yeah, and he would definitely
Mhm.
go to those and stuff. So that was good. But yeah, she's you know her, so she's
I
definitely
love her mom.
Yeah.
She was my
Yes.
PE teacher.
Yes,
Awesome.
she was
Really
super
great.
excited that you got this award. So when we told her, she's like, "Oh, I love that," and so I got to share with her a little bit about your story. So that was good. Yeah, that was awesome. But I really wanted to talk a little bit about your dad, and I know your dad is helps with, or
Mhm.
assistant coach or coaches for track and also for cross country. But we have these wristbands that we created when Ryan was in the hospital. And tell us a little bit about what he did.
Yeah, so when we heard your guys' story and we found out about the wristbands, my dad went out and bought a bunch of them. So all the girls on the cross country team could have them and we could wear them when we raced. Because cross country is it's a tough sport and it's
Yeah,
really mental, I found out.
sure.
Like when you get tired, you're done. You're like, why am I doing this? I have another
Mhm.
hill to run up. And so every time we would get tired or we'd feel like we just wanted to quit, we'd look down at our wristbands and just see that victories don't come by accident and that we run for the people that can't run. And
It's
it
amazing.
just,
That's
yeah,
so powerful. So
because we all have
powerful.
our reasons for running. Like, I run for my mom. Some of the girls run for, like, religious things. Just
Sure.
everyone has something and something greater than us. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, so we just, looking at that is a little reminder of that.
Yeah, that's super powerful. I just got goosebumps. That's super powerful. When do you think, like at what mile do you think that starts, the fatigue starts setting in? And I'm sure it's like that for
First
everybody.
30 seconds
I
for
know,
me.
for me too. I'm sucking wind like before the first mile, but I'm sure you're a runner. So I mean,
Mhm.
at what point does that usually happen for you?
Probably 2/3 of the race.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
right at the 2/3 mark is when it starts to set in.
And you're just,
Yeah, that's when you go like, oh,
oh my
I have
gosh.
a mile left.
And you really
I'm
have to talk
already
yourself.
dead. Yeah, you have to really. It's so mental.
Sure.
Yeah, and
No,
so
I get that. I get that. I remember seeing all the cross country people running all around the school and through the
Mhm.
village and all that. So I know it's hard work. It's definitely hard work, and it doesn't go unnoticed for sure. So anyway, now that you brought up your mom a little bit,
Mhm.
do you mind talking a little bit about that and what happened?
Yeah, so when I was 6, she passed away from cancer. It was angiosarcoma. It metastasized in her liver. But as tough as that was for us, it's kind of a good story, a little bit positive,
Hmm.
because the doctors gave her 3 months to live, which is very, very
That's
short.
tough.
Yeah,
That's
and
tough to hear.
they went to a few just saying like, no way, there's no way that's possible,
Right.
and all of them were like, yeah, I'm sorry. She had this super rare form, and it was like only people that got it were 40 to 50-year-old men that had like exposure to these chemicals, which she'd never heard of. We had no idea what that was.
That's
So just
crazy.
very unlucky. But she ended up living for a year. Yeah, and it was awesome because she's always just said like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm a fighter. And we made these bracelets for her, and which kind of reminded me of the 17 strong
Yeah.
bracelets because they said stand strong, Robin, Brian, Brady, Haley. And so whenever things would be tough, she'd just be like, Haley, look at your wristband. Like, we got this. We're making it through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so there's definitely a positive lining. And when I see what you guys have done, I'm just amazed because you guys have turned something so terrible and sad and just
Hmm.
made something amazing out of it and help people for it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. But that's what you're given a choice in life.
Exactly.
You know, you get a bag of lemons, you can make lemonade, or you can let them rot. And we've chose to make lemonade because
Yeah.
that's what Ryan would have wanted. And you did the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know, strong is such a powerful word in and of itself. I mean, you see Vegas strong, you see,
Yeah.
17 strong, obviously, and strong
Yeah.
was your mom's motto. Strong is so powerful.
Mhm.
And just that word in itself speaks volumes. So,
Yeah.
congratulations for what you've accomplished by staying strong. We're sorry
Yeah.
for your loss. I can't imagine losing my mom at a young age. But I understand,
Yeah.
kind of what you're going
The
through.
cancer
Although,
journey is
yeah,
so difficult
it's a
to
horrible journey.
watch and see
It's
and
horrible.
experience. It's horrible. So, and as you know, you had to watch your mom go through treatment, and that's not always easy. And you were little.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
little. Do you
little.
remember a lot?
Yeah, I like to think that I don't sometimes,
Sure.
but I think for the most part I remember the bad stuff, which is pretty terrible.
Right.
But then I also remember a lot of good things because how supportive she was.
Yeah.
She'd come to every single one of my soccer games, no matter how sick she was.
Sure.
The doctor would say like, "We are not releasing you. You cannot leave." And
She would.
she'd find a way. She'd left, and she'd bring her little IV stand. We called him Fred, and she'd bring him to the soccer game. She'd be bundled up because all the chemo. She was so thin.
Your dad's all, who's Fred?
I know his Fred, yeah. Oh my
Yeah, it was
gosh,
just-
that's incredible. I mean, it's remarkable because you do have to, it is, I feel like cancer is a mindset too, I mean, because Ryan stayed so positive. So it was super, I like to be around him during the whole process because, I think you heard on one of our podcasts that, doctors would come in and he's in the hospital fighting and they would say, how you doing? He's like, I'm living the dream. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Like,
that was her. Just so
Sure.
positive all the time.
all the time.
You
and I'm-
think like they'd be so rotten and just
Yeah,
like,
and
But-
bitter.
but-
and
But
you're like,
that's what gave your mom, instead of 3 months, that's what gave
Exactly,
her a year.
that's
Because it was a
Absolutely.
mindset. She was determined to go as long as she could
exactly.
till her body said no more.
absolutely.
Yeah.
How did she find out that? Do you know that story? How she
I know
found
she
out?
just wasn't feeling great, and
Okay.
they didn't know what was going on, so they went to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, nothing's wrong." Kept doing tests, and then they
eventually-
finally found it. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, and I think it was a pretty small mass at first, and then it just like
right.
went crazy. But yeah,
Wow. And you said you were you were
I was
6 years old.
Yeah,
That's crazy, Hailey.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So fast forward to 2020,
Mhm.
the year of COVID,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
I
graduating
know.
senior. How did that affect senior year with everything that you missed out on?
Yeah.
so it was in the beginning. It was kind of surreal. No one really understood what was going on. Like we knew, but we didn't feel it.
Sure.
Like we're like, oh, COVID. Okay, why are we off school? We're happy about it. Everyone was
Yeah,
really
everybody's-
excited. Yeah, we're like, oh, we get a couple weeks
Vacation.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one really understood the severity of it.
Sure.
And then it just kept getting pushed back, and then online school happened, which was a lot.
Yeah.
Lots of homework. All the teachers kind of piled it on. And then they finally eased back because the district was like, okay, everyone kind of eased back.
Right.
So that made it a lot nicer. And then just kind of, we missed a lot of stuff. But
Sure.
I feel like most of us have stayed pretty positive during all this just because we realize there's so many other things going on. And
Right.
us missing out on prom and grad night, as much as it kind of sucks for us, it's really not the priority. Like,
Right.
There's
Did
so
you
many
and
other
your
people.
friends get to do anything, or you didn't?
No.
No, because it was you were
Yeah.
supposed to be isolated to your house.
yeah,
and
we've
stuff.
been pretty careful because I have my grandparents coming in town a lot.
Sure.
And some of my friends' parents are
High
high
risk.
risk and stuff like that. So we all have to kind of be careful.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
Yeah, it's been recently that we've been able to go out
Mhm.
to eat and
Yeah.
do normal things that we were able to do. So it went from only 2 weeks on, lockdown to almost 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's hard because
Did you have a lot of homework to do?
Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Countless
Like,
hours. Huh?
Yeah. 6-7 hours a day. It was crazy. All the teachers were just like, oh, since you're off, you don't have anything else to do.
Oh yeah, we have nothing else to do.
So
Yeah.
they'd give us the full school day of homework, and then they'd give us normal homework like after.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very overwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely.
And you're an
overwhelming.
AP student as well?
Yes, and
Oh.
then that's when we got the email from the district office saying that AP teachers could not, starting at like after I think 2 or 3 weeks in, saying they could not assign more than 3.5 hours a week, which
That's
was
a lot too.
a
But
weight
that's
lifted
a lot.
off our
Yeah,
shoulders.
for
We were
sure.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's still a lot.
That is a lot. That's a lot of things. But I mean, it sounds like you had such a positive attitude about missing, like, I mean, I think they're like milestones of,
Yeah.
Greek week and, graduation and
Prom.
and those are things that, you kind of tell your kids about when you're, older and
Mhm.
and you really missed out on that. So so that's good that you have a positive attitude about it, but
Mhm.
I feel terrible that
Yeah.
you had to miss it,
Yeah, it was tough. I think Greek week is probably the hardest one. 'Cause,
Really?
Yeah, we all loved it. We won last year, which we were very proud of ourselves. We're like, ooh.
As a junior, you
juniors.
won.
Did you win boat regatta?
Yes, we won boat
I
regatta.
love
Yeah,
boat
I think that's
regatta.
what helped us win.
That's amazing. That's great. And Penny Wars, I don't know if you know about this,
Mhm.
but Penny Wars, they donated to 17 Strong. So
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know
they've
about
done
that.
that for
Yeah.
like
That's
2 or 3
awesome.
years now. And that's, you don't think that's a big deal. It's a huge deal because it comes in because the competition between
Oh yeah,
each
I'm giving you guys a lot of pennies.
pennies. That's right. And then
I
if
haven't had to count them.
I
Thank
know,
God.
thank God they don't make us count them. And then sometimes, like if a senior puts it into the freshman,
Mhm.
then you have to like
Yeah,
a
you like
dollar
put in like $100. We go hard.
hardcore.
Yeah, we were always like,
Exactly.
you have to win.
Yeah, and that brought in a couple $1,000s, believe it or not. So that's big time for us. So I had told Miss Hurtado, like, I would love to do like a PowerPoint because a picture is worth 1,000 words in like the leadership class to know, like, you sent these people on their victory trip,
Right.
with your
Yes.
penny worth. I mean,
Yeah.
how cool is that? So
Yeah, you sent one of my friends' brothers on one.
really,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Joel.
Joel
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
We love
Oh,
Joel.
he's amazing. That
Yeah.
family is amazing.
They're
Let's see,
so
they did
awesome.
Hawaii, wasn't it?
Mhm.
No,
Where
did
did
they?
they-
Or Hawaii or Mexico.
They went to Mexico.
I think it was
Remember, they went to Mayan ruins.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
So many trips. It's hard to.
Yeah,
Keep them
that's
You
straight.
guys have done a lot.
we've done a lot. Amazing trips. So that one was a great one because isn't that the seven wonders of the world? One of them,
Yeah. Well,
Mayan ruins.
yeah, I'm not sure where they went, but yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
Really?
So we've done some amazing things, but yes. So I didn't know you were friends with him.
Oh yeah, Dana Rasmussen is his sister-in-law.
Oh,
And yeah, she's one of my best friends.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Small world.
I know,
We live
small
in this
world.
small little
Yeah.
town. So yeah, it makes a huge difference. That's great.
So graduation.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was different this year, wasn't it?
Very different. It wasn't really the 4-hour ceremony.
Right,
that
you
we're
didn't have to do
expecting.
the, hey, congratulations, you got valedictorian.
Thank you.
I didn't know that until I got your thank you card.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Smarty
either.
girl. And you didn't even have to
Thank
do a speech, huh? Or did you?
We did. We had to do a pre-recorded one. Thank goodness I don't think anybody watched it
Ah!
because it was right. It was on the YouTube live stream or something like that.
I'm going to go back and watch now.
No, it's totally fine.
That is so funny. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I forgot all about that. So that's good. That's good. How'd you feel about the drive-through graduation versus the traditional?
Yeah, so we were all kind of brats about it. We were just like, we don't want to do this. Why would we do a drive-through graduation?
No,
Like
yeah.
we don't want that. It was really something cool. It was awesome. It could have even been better than an actual graduation.
It's amazing.
We've heard that from a lot of parents
Mhm.
that, like you said, they didn't have
Yeah.
to sit through 4 hours of speeches. And then,
Exactly.
if your kid, his last name starts with a Z,
You're done.
you're done. You're waiting till everybody's gone.
Oh,
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, if you're in the A or the B, you're waiting
You're
for
good.
everybody else
Everybody
to
else.
get
Yeah.
the Z.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
this was nice because you got to
Mhm.
pick your time, right?
Yeah, you got to pick your time, and our friends were able to meet up. So we met up at my house, and then we drove through together
That's-
so that we could see each other graduate. And it was nice having all our family together because
Yeah.
normally graduation you sit and you get to sit with your friends, which I was kind of bummed I didn't get to sit with all my friends, but you get to have all your family there, and it's a little more close knit and a little more
Yeah.
special like that.
That's
Yeah.
great. They got front row seats because
Front row seats.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they got to. So the process was to tell us a little bit about the process and how you got
Mhm.
your name and got to go up there.
Yeah, so you sign up for a slot, and then we did it at 5. And what you do is you drive around to the back parking lot, and then they hand you a little slip of paper, and it says your name. Then they give you a little brochure, just
Gotcha.
kind of like all the graduates and different awards that are going on. And then they send you to the front. And as you're waiting in line to go up to the front of the school, teachers are there, crazy. One teacher was just all in blue and gold, had a wig on,
Oh my
glasses,
gosh.
running up and down the road, screaming, jumping.
Oh my
Insane.
gosh.
Yeah. It was so funny.
Just being crazy.
Just being crazy and kind of making it fun for everyone.
That's
And yeah, and then so you drive around, and as you're driving around, there's just tons of people. A
Mhm.
lot of our friends that are juniors and stuff, they were all there with signs and little posters. And then you stop and you get out and you take a picture in front of your car with your family. Yeah, and then you walk down with a teacher and they take you to the stage, and then you hand them your card, they read it, and you get to take pictures on the stage and then move your tassel with Mr. Stinson and take a picture. So, yeah, it was pretty special. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
awesome.
cool.
It was nice.
That's awesome.
That's neat. And I do know that there was some that got pretty creative and got the RVs out
Yes,
there
some people had some
and
big
convertibles. And
decorations.
I think Pruitt's ended up doing a bus, and that was super fun. And just piled the family in there,
Mhm.
so that they could have front row seats to
Nobody's
the
ever
graduation.
going to forget 2020.
No.
No way.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
this
one
is
of a
something
kind.
you're going to
This
be
is
able to tell
something
your
special.
kids, and they're going to go, "Mom, you're so old." I
I
mean,
know, right? 2020? Like
2020.
that is, I mean,
Come
something
on.
so weird. It's so crazy that that happened. But I'm glad that it was special because I was feeling really bad for all those, you
Mhm.
know, all the graduates. And I know that your brother graduated this year as well
Yes.
from college,
Mhm.
and he didn't even get to do anything.
No,
so.
yeah, nothing.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you got they did it special. And I do know that in the village they had those posters that Ray Ambler did.
Yes.
That was neat
That was
too.
so awesome.
Oh,
I had no
loved that.
idea. Just one day they all showed up and we're like, wait, this is so cool.
yeah.
We drove through the village, and I don't know if there was a parade that you guys did or whatever, but man, it was so
It
cool
was really neat.
to see that. And I don't know how long they're going to stay up there, but that was something that
Yeah.
we wanted to go through and see all the, you know, the different sports and awards that people got. So that was great. I'm super glad about that. So I would love to hear, I know you're going to college, so explain that to us and why you chose the college you did.
Yeah, so I was originally, so my top choices were between Oregon State, Oregon, University of Oregon,
Yep.
and Dartmouth. And those were like, I loved those schools, but Dartmouth was my all-time
That's what it
favorite.
was, yeah.
It's like, this is where I'm going. This is my school. I'd never been there, but I just thought it was like super cool. It had the prestigious name. It was an Ivy League.
Sure.
But then I hurt my ankle and then got a stress fracture from overcompensating. And so the coach just told me, we can't wait for you. We don't know what's going on anymore. We don't know if you're going to recover, if your injuries are going to still be a problem.
Oh,
Basically told
gosh.
me we don't have a spot anymore.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
tough to hear.
And I was
Yeah.
set on that school. I was so heartbroken. I was so heartbroken.
We understand that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Ryan fractured his, what they call it, a skier's fracture or something like that. His playing football. And
Junior year.
So he missed out on the same,
no.
very similar story. So, but you know, it all works out
It does.
because what
Yes,
happened?
because I went on a visit to Oregon State and
Okay.
loved it. I was like, okay, now this is probably going to be my school. Thought it was super awesome. Coaches were great. Team was great. I went up to University of Oregon just to talk to the coach. Felt it was very business-like. I realized this is not going to be my school. It was too much pressure.
Sure.
I wasn't going to be a person. I was a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to feel comfortable, I feel like. That's
Exactly.
important when you're going to college. You're going to spend 4 years there.
Yeah,
So,
you're going to be there for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to feel the pressure all the time.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to Oregon State. And then I get an email from the Baylor coach just saying, hey, I don't know if you've decided on anything yet, but are you still thinking about Baylor? And you guys know the Owens, Heath and
Yeah.
Lori. So their son played at the Baylor Stadium. He played football, and he sent me pictures and videos and just said, Hailey, like, this is your school. This is where you want to be.
Amazing.
And I remember going like, wow, that's so awesome. Like, if I could go there, that would be so cool.
Sure.
And then,
Because I think Garrett Owens he was at Oregon State as
Yeah,
well and transferred.
exactly.
So yeah.
They've
So-
had a lot of influence on
Yeah.
my decision.
How funny.
I
Yeah.
love them. They're
That's
a great
great.
family. But yeah, so I decided, okay, well, I might as well go check out Baylor because I really liked it from what I saw. And when I went down there, I knew instantly. Like, instantly. They had a thing called Christmas on 5th because
Oh my gosh.
Waco, Texas, and Baylor, they go big.
Chip and Joanna.
I
and
know,
Joanna
that's so fun. Oh my gosh, everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was this winter wonderland like?
So it was just ridiculous. They had a giant petting zoo with deer and kangaroos and just anything you can
Fake snow?
imagine. Fake snow.
Oh my
They had
gosh.
carriage rides. There was a s'mores station where you could just roast s'mores
Oh my
over
gosh.
this little fire pit.
What time of year is this?
I know.
I would be sold.
On December 5th.
That's
wasn't even like-
crazy. How
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
And
it
they do
was-
it every year.
They do it every year, and that same trip, so I came on Friday, and then on Saturday they had a parade, and then on Sunday they had a Christmas 5K, and then that night they had just like a little, I don't even know, a festival, I guess.
Okay.
Just giant, like, Ferris wheel, like everything, a stage, Christmas
How
tree
fun.
lighting, just crazy. The whole town was just decked out. The
That's
whole weekend.
so
Yeah,
cool.
and I was
We've
like,
been to
That's
that
right.
town, and it's so
it's
cute.
so cute.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
So you were
Mhm.
sold. You signed.
Oh,
Where do I
right.
sign?
I
huh?
was like, I'm here. This is my school. And as soon as my dad like saw me, he was like, yeah, this is your school. We know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's just one of those
neat.
instant things.
That's great. And so, did you sign in April?
So unfortunately, I didn't get to do any signing days, because we went on break, and then my senior year was determining my scholarship or any money that I would have gotten for track season. And my track season got canceled, and so now it's based on freshman year of track season. Yeah,
Wow.
it's an odd situation, but
Wow.
All because
COVID
of
kind of
COVID.
messed things up for me on that
That's
one.
so
Yeah.
crazy.
But you still got in. You still got
I
a
still got
scholarship.
in. Yeah, I'm still going, and I'm running, so that's all I
Oh,
care
that's
about. Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, exactly.
So what are you going to do? What's your major?
What's your
Yes.
major?
So I'm majoring in kinesiology on the path to physical therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which I saw your podcast earlier with Luz Moscardi. We love him.
He's the best.
Yeah,
He's the best.
He's all-time best, and he's
Yeah.
the reason that I'm doing it, because I hurt my ankle really bad. Spent 3 months with him in physical therapy and realized, yeah, this is my job. He used to quiz me, and then I'd come back and I'd learn things in different ligaments and be like, okay, so what's this one? And I'd try to quiz him. Yeah, we had a lot of fun there, and so he just made me realize that that was definitely the job for me. So never went
Good. Oh
back.
my gosh.
That's
Big
awesome.
shout out to Moscardi's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because he was
awesome.
part of Ryan's testimony. So has a special place in our heart for
Mhm.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so tell me one other thing. Where or how did you find out that you got Ryan's scholarship? Because since it was so weird this
Yeah.
year, so how did you find out?
Not the normal for sure.
No.
Yeah. So I got an email from my school account, which I never look at, because I don't really
Yeah.
want to look at that one anymore.
Sure.
And it just said like, Miss Dominguez sent you an email. I was like, that's kind of weird. I wonder what that means.
Maybe you want to see that.
Yeah,
Check that
so
one out.
So I opened it up and I looked, and it's like, you're the recipient of the Ryan Teixeira Scholarship. And I was like, what? I was like, I didn't apply for this. I was amazed. I was like, what? This is so awesome. And I ran in and I told him, I was like, Dad, like, did you know? And he's like, yeah, I knew. I don't know how he knew.
How did he know?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, he's a coach. I'm sure there was an
Yeah.
inside track.
That
right?
is funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to apply for it. It is a big surprise. So that
Mhm.
is
That's what we're proud of with the scholarship, is because you're chosen by the coaches and by your teachers.
Yep.
We don't have anything to do with it. We don't know who the student is going to be. We basically give the money to the school and give them the criteria, and they go through and they find either an all male or all female athlete, or they
Mhm.
split it between one male, one female.
Yeah. And that's what happened this year.
That's what they did this year.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah,
We're-
congrats. And
you.
hopefully you'll come back and be able to see your name underneath the Ryan Teixeira Scholarship in
Yeah.
Arroyo Grande. So that'll be there forever. So I'm excited, and we're honored that we get to give that to you. And super exciting to just, like Ryan's legacy live on. So means a lot to us. So
Oh yeah, it's such an honor.
yeah. And so that kind of brings me to my last question, I think, is that what was your feeling when you got it? I mean, because it is such a surprise and that you don't have to apply for it. What was your feeling? Because I don't think you never got to really have the chance to meet Ryan in
Mm-mm.
person, but you knew his story.
Oh yeah,
So-
I've heard so many things. Like, people would tell me about him all the time, and I felt like I knew him even though
Sure.
I'd never met him. My teammates would always talk about him and be like, he was the awesomest dude. He was so nice. He was so funny. Just, I'd always hear about him, and I was like, wow, I wish I could have met him.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, it reminded me of my mom, because I'd heard the same things about her, because at her funeral, there were hundreds of people that we didn't even know. And they'd come up to us and be like, your mom has touched me in a way that, like, you'll never know. Just say stuff like that.
That's amazing. Oh my
And
gosh.
it was like, it was the same thing with him. I'd hear things and I was like, this is crazy. And then to find out that I got the scholarship, I thought it was because you knew my story. And
Yeah.
when I heard that it wasn't because of that, I was really just amazed, because it's just
because of the work you did.
Yeah. And I believe it was meant to be, because
Mhm.
things happen and it all
Everything
comes
happens
full
for a reason.
full circle. So I really, really believe that with all of my heart, that I don't know about who picked it. So, but I really do believe that it all happens for a purpose, and we may not understand the purpose. We do, because it's hard. It's hard, you know. I mean, life is not easy all the time.
No.
So, but we choose joy. We choose to
right.
go step forward, you know, and I know you do too. So, because I know your mom's proud of you, and I know Ryan's proud of us and what we've done. So, thank you. And I'm honored to have you a little piece of your life, you know, to be a part of your life. So, thank you.
Yeah, we wish you the best going to Baylor. You will enjoy Texas.
Yes.
Say hi to Chip and Joanna for us.
I know, right? Tell her we said hi.
I'll try.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Have her come by and do your dorm room or something.
Yeah, I'll just
you know?
have them do my dorm room.
That's
with me.
right. That's right.
I wish.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll wrap up another 17 Strong podcast. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and supporters for helping us be able to do these podcasts.
Absolutely.
And to our production engineer, Nate Hand with Clay Jar Media. And thank you all for listening. And remember, attitude is everything.
You've been listening to 17 Strong. Victories don't come by accident. To be part of the show, make a donation, or request more information, go to 17strong.org. That's SEVENTEEN strong.org.